happened to be on one of my house concert tours in Iceland, and I was actually in Reykjavik, the city, the capital of Iceland, and I wandered into a Blind Café, and it was a cool experience. I didn't quite know what it was when I walked up to it. I asked this Icelandic girl what was going on. She told me it's a Blind Café, and she gave me like a walking stick and sent me into this door. She opened this door and sent me down this hallway and closed the door behind me. I couldn't see anything. And I walked to the end of the door, the hallway, and opened up this other door, and there was a whole Blind Cafe. I mean, I couldn't see anything, but I could hear everybody chatting away in Icelandic. And I tried to find my seat, and I was walking out into the tables, and I bumped into a table full of people, and I asked them, you know, are there any extra seats? And they said, we don't know. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. When their table is all together, and we'll lead them down this hall, and we'll describe to them about how they're going to manage eating in the dark. We have gotten this blackout fabric from Joanne's Fabric down in Boulder, which is, helps us keep the light out. And I'll tell you, that's quite a job to get to get this place dark. It's a journey in itself. We raised $1,000 in our last event, and I think we're going to be able to raise $1,000 for this one too, for the local organization that raises puppies for guide dogs. I like it because we get to be part of the audience as opposed to just being up on some stage. That's what's been the coolest part about this. Like when I've performed like regular gigs where you're on the stage and the audience is in front of you. It's like the separation. I always want to like just go sit in the middle of the audience and perform. But it's always a little awkward doing that in the light. I always thought about bringing the Blind Café to Boulder and really bringing music to. I thought, well, wouldn't that be amazing to perform in the dark? And I was a little apprehensive about actually, approaching people who are blind because I didn't know anyone who's blind, and I didn't want them to think that I was just doing it just to promote my music or coming from some kind of, unauthentic place. So, but I ended up meeting somebody named Ruth Harrington at in a class at Naropa University, and she's blind. She encouraged me to go ahead with the Blind Café. And with her encouragement and a lot of other friends, I decided, all right, let's do it.
So what happens during a coffee roast is the beans that go into the roaster at room temperature. The roaster's at about 350. It'll drop down to about 200 or so, maybe a little higher, and then start to come back up. As the beans heat, the liquids inside of the bean expand, and they'll cause pressure in the beans. So the beans will get a little bit noisier, and then at about 380 degrees they'll start to get quieter because they're starting to actually physically grow and contract from the pressure of the liquids inside of them.
That looks awesome.
Now to smell these, they're starting to smell a little bit fragrant and nutty. And first crack is starting to happen. I live in the world that you guys are trying to portray. I have no light perception, nor have I ever had any. And so that's my world in there, that you guys experience when you darken a room. That's how it is for me always. Since I have no vision and I haven't had any, it's quite normal for me. it did feel good to know that I could be on the other side of the table from the people that were clients in a restaurant. Since I own a cafe, it felt good that I could do the job that I was asked to do, and it felt good that I was doing a job that I hadn't done before, but that other people had done as with me as the client. And now I was doing the same thing and getting good responses like most of the people do when they come to work at a restaurant and help me.
One of the things I get a lot is people come up to me and they're always like, man, I don't, you know, if I were you, I don't know how I could do what you do. You know, you're just going out into the world and walking around, and in actuality, they're just complimenting me for walking, which is something they probably do, you know, on a daily basis. So it's like, we have to get over that misconception that you can't do daily things. And it's really tragic because it's also something that, an attitude that's kind of prevalent in the blind community. There's a lot of blind people who don't think that they can do daily things anymore. So that's really sad, and hopefully this will bring awareness to the fact that you can still do those types of things.
My wife has RP. She's had it for at least 10 years that we know of. Probably had it longer than that, but it's a kind of a thing that you kind of adapt to the loss of vision. She really didn't know she had that.
I do have some sight. It's narrowing on a regular basis. You know, so tonight was, let's say, a lot darker than I actually see. And I thought I was going to be a lot more uncomfortable, but the way it was orchestrated, I was comfortable enough. You know, I didn't have any anxiety, which I had anticipated. And I think it's good that, you know, we brought friends and family with us so that they could also see what what experience I have, and thank God they can also walk out of that room and see correctly. But yeah, it was good. It was well done.
And I had been hearing Raj talk about this event for a long time and had a lot of, you know, kind of preconceived notions, and I knew it was going to be an interesting experience, but I had no idea it was going to be so visceral, of walking in there and realizing that I was losing a huge part of the way I experienced the world.
Speaking to somebody who I don't know, it's interesting because I only have their voice to go off. There's none of the little judgments that go on, the little dialogue in the back of the brain saying, oh, they're wearing their hair like this, or there's a nose ring, or they remind me of this person because they look this way. There's none of that. It's just a voice and a person behind the voice.
I play with a string section, so it's the name of the band is Rosh and One Eye Glass Broken. And we got violas, viola, 2 violins, and cello, and a female singer.
I think the scariest thing was just like feeling the instrument a little bit differently. First time it felt a little like, where's my bow and where's the violin, and it just kind of felt a little strange. The bow was the weirdest, I think.
I've tried playing like jigsaw. I'm so used to playing it in the dark and with my eyes closed that like I'd mess it up more if I actually at this point. So
yeah, I definitely felt weird rehearsing it in the light that time because I felt like I wanted to just stay in the dark because I don't know, just felt easier.
I've just found myself closing my eyes when I play now for the past like long time.
Yeah.
I just close my eyes.
I feel the music better actually when I'm not. I feel the music better when I'm definitely in the dark. There's a cosmic thing that I feel. There's something I let go of.
Obviously people know about blindness, but some people are more scared of it than others. And I figured with an event like this, it gives people to see what blindness is like, for lack of a better word, and realize that it may not be the end of the world in case it ever happened to them, losing their vision.
Tonight was a learning experience for me because being in the cafe there with it dark, I know what she goes through, and I know that there are times when I go to hand her something and I get frustrated because she doesn't reach out to get it, but I know why, because I've never really experienced that. So it was much of a learning experience with me tonight.
It was a unique experience where I felt like I got to access a part of my being that's never been accessed before. And it's rare to come across an experience like that that's so well contained. I mean, I really felt safe. There wasn't anxiety, but the container was set so well that I felt safe the whole time. And just got to experience something it's really indescribable as much as we're talking about it.
I dig the styles you wear, cool skirts